Hello, this is T. Hoffman. I'm the managing principal here at Law Strategy Coach, and it's time for another 2-Minute Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I want to talk to you a little bit today about something I hear a lot from my coaching clients, which is I'm constantly missing the mark on my time management. And many of them tell me that they seriously don't know how to anticipate how much time a task or matter is going to take, and they find themselves constantly having either their time written off or written down, or they're writing off or writing down time because they told a client that something would take X amount of time and it ended up taking more time than that, and they don't want to charge the client for that additional time. Now, there are two theories out there that really talk about why we do this on a consistent basis, and one of them is called the planning fallacy, which means that we plan based on what happened the last time we did a similar task. And so we're thinking, oh, well, this task can't possibly take any longer than the time that I did this before, right? Well, we all know sometimes that things actually don't turn out the way they did the last time, and they do take a longer amount of time. And the second reason that this happens is really something that we call planning bias. In other words, we just fail to plan altogether. We just kind of eyeball something and think it's going to take a certain amount of time, and it ends up taking longer. Now, the problem with that obviously is the whole lack of confidence that it builds in our clients when we actually underestimate the amount of time that it's going to take. It can cause a lack of confidence in our firm, damage to our reputation, not to mention the fact of loss of profits when we write off and write down time, because after all, time is money. So one thing I always tell my coaching clients is no matter how long you think something is going to take, I don't care if you've done it 50 times before, always build in an extra 20%. I call that my 20% rule. Everything you do is always going to take 20% longer than you think it's going to take. So as you're taking on a task or a matter and you're going to block off a certain amount of time to do that task, let's say it's read a deposition, and you think it's going to take you at least an hour to do it, go ahead and block off 20% more time. And the reason I tell you that is because you're going to get that phone call in the middle of reading that deposition, or you're going to get interrupted by something during the middle of that reading that deposition. It just always happens. So if you can plan by adding what I call the fudge factor, that 20% more time, then you most likely will find that you're closer to coming to the exact right amount of time, and you're not disappointing clients, and you're creating more client satisfaction, more confidence in yourself, and you're actually able to accurately predict from a monetary standpoint what you're going to bill. I hope you find this information really helpful and that you've enjoyed this 2-Minute Tuesday. I talk a lot about time management in our Proactive Practice program, which you can find at our online training site, which is lawstrategycoach.thinkific.com. That's lawstrategycoach.thinkific, THINKIFIC.com. I'm also discussing this topic in greater depth in our podcast this next week, which will be about the time management fallacies. And so please take a moment to listen to that podcast as well. Remember, share and subscribe this with other people in your firm or folks that you think that could use it. There are a lot of people who do this that aren't even lawyers, so we would love to hear from them as well. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week for another 2-Minute Tuesday.